ASMR time getting close.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. So it seems like no matter what buggy you drive, everybody loves adding additional lighting. And granted, the stock headlights that come on most of your side-by-sides and ATVs aren't the best. The Rmax is no exception. The headlights aren't bad. I mean, they're at least LED, but still, it has something left to be desired. Well, there is a specific hot ticket item going around right now, and if you've been on any of the Facebook groups, you guys will know this, because 1, everybody's wanting it. 2, everybody's having a hard time getting it because they sell out so fast. Now, if you notice, in the middle of this Rmax is this pretend hood scoop. Now, why they put a pretend hood scoop on there and they don't actually put a real air intake there, who knows? But this particular item we have today that I actually managed to score one fits right in there. And that is this LED little light bar strip from SAUTVs. I picked this up on Amazon. It's right around, well, the price is going up. This like started off, I think, around $70. Now it's up over $100. I got it right around the $100 range. And I actually had to wait a couple weeks as I ordered it. And it was currently unavailable, but I must have been in the quay or queue, however you say that. And I finally got it. So we're gonna stick this in, show you guys the install real quick. And I did already film what the stock headlight output is. And we get this guy in there and get some dark, we'll see how much brighter and how much better we can see with this little guy in there. One thing to note, there are 2 different versions out there. One with your traditional LED like this, that's meant to be an LED. And there is also one that has like a clouded or fogged, or I don't know what you'd call that, lens, that it's acts more like the accent lighting here, where it doesn't actually, I don't think, project too far. It's just made to be pretty. But we got the one that's actually going to act like a little light bar and project out. And it does come with nice, high quality, very colorful install instructions. But, I mean, this install shouldn't be too hard. And let's set this down in a nice grease so we get it all dirty. Because my Rmax is so clean right now, being PA winter where we have hot, cold, it's always muddy, it's always messy, and washing is just completely pointless. On a side note, guys, is anybody else absolutely annoyed with how quickly the black plastics has faded on their Rmax hood? This probably looked this faded within a week of owning it, I think. But it sets out in the sun a lot, so I guess that's to be expected. But anyway, let's pull the old hood off here. And that's what we need for wood. That's just dirty in there. So, first thing we gotta do is take this fake hood scoop out, which you'll see there's 3 Torx bits. Pull those, and that just pops right out of there. So I guess if you actually wanted to tie this in and make it a rear like ram air intake, it would be possible. But light bar's a lot cooler.
So did you thoroughly read those instructions?
Top to bottom.
Or did you just look at the pictures?
I just looked at the pictures. So, I'm using an impact. Use caution. This is plastic. Don't overdo it with an impact. Loosening is not such a big deal, but when you go to tighten in the new ones, yeah, don't overdo it. And that pops out like that. I guess if you wanted to take some time, you could put like individual LEDs in one of these and wire them all up. That'd probably look really cool. But
one day. Different colors, LED.
Different colors.
That'd be pretty.
Now, I've had a lot of people commented, and I think this would have been cool if they would have made this so you could have had it the Night Rider. I'm sure somebody's going to do that. If somebody hasn't already, it's going to be done.
If you have the technology to do the whips, you could make it do anything you wanted.
So they just got these little tabs here. That's going to go into these little hooks here, just like the factory hood scoop. I'm sure they molded this right off of a factory hood scoop. And all we got to do is line up our screw holes, put our impact on the lowest setting so I don't strip it out, and we're just going to wank these right back in where they were. if I can get them lined up. Oh,
You need a third hand.
I don't know. See, that also holds this front piece of plastic on it.
So did you use the same screws, or did they come with like replacements?
Nope, same. OEM, the screws you took out are the exact same ones you put back in. No hardware was included because you reuse your factory hardware.
Unless you lose it.
So don't lose it. And now, very gently, stick your tongue out. Perfect. And then the rest you just don't care, just want. So I do have impact on the lowest setting, so I didn't completely strip those out. Now, here is the kicker to this. Yes, you will now have a wire connected on your hood. So anytime you go to take this clear off, you are going to have to unhook the wire each and every time. Could be a pain. I've seen some guys add like a little extension here to it. Now basically what you got to do, and this is how simple and easy it is, you have your headlights wires here on either side. I don't think it matters. The instructions say one of your headlights, it doesn't matter. But you have for your accent lighting, which is the 2, and you have your headlights, which is the 3. And this is just a simple plug and play. We're going to, yeah, simple. These things are never simple.
Break your fingers.
Uh-huh.
Actually, your nails.
My nails should get a little screwdriver. Yeah, there we go. Easy enough. You guys know me. Anytime I take an electrical connection apart.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste. While I'm there, I filled with toothpaste. Nope. Well, it's apart. I put the old Dialect grease when I put her back together. So we're going to put a little on the factory. And you don't need a lot of Dialect grease, guys. Now, don't go crazy. You just put a little on the male end and don't just simply completely fill up the female end. And now, it's just, we'll plug the wiring harness into the, and get it lined up here, Yamaha harness. Voila. And then the other end of the wiring harness into the headlight harness. So now, whenever you flick your switch for your headlights, it'll come on. I believe, we're gonna find out here, but I believe these only come on with the high beams, I'm thinking. Like I said, there's a couple knockoff companies that make this light, and I'm not sure. Some I've heard they're on all the time, some aren't, I don't know. You could, if you wanted to, wire it up to a separate switch in your dash. You could do that as well. You're more than welcome to. Wouldn't be too hard. You just have to run power from your battery to the switch, and then into the light, and then back into the switch, to the ground, and to a ground. So, and you guys can see here, there is plenty of wire here to take the hood off, to get it out of the way, to unhook your wire. So those of you that think, well, that's stupid, you gotta unplug it every time. Where did I do with my, there's plenty of wire there. It's actually not gonna be that big of a deal. So stop your whining.
You could turn yours over.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room. You can flip it. You could almost, not quite enough to set it down, but there's definitely enough wire there to get it out of the way. And again, I mean, I've been talking and gabbing. We haven't been 5 minutes on this.
We've been on the video for 9.
Now, the pièce de resistance. No, I completely screwed that up.
I don't speak French.
Okay, anyway. ASMR time, getting close.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. That's the cleanest part of the whole Rmax now. Now I'm gonna have to wash it. That looks pretty spiffy in there. I like it. Of course, now I see how dirty the rest of my headlights are.
It's almost like it has a nose ring.
Now, let's see. I'm gonna have my wife stare directly into it, since she's our camera girl, as I turn it on. And again, I think it only comes on with high beams. So there's low beams. There's high beams.
Yep.
Ah, that's pretty bright.
It's really bright.
I like it too. So
I take it back. It's not a nose ring, that's a Cyclops.
It's a Cyclops.
Yeah, when you turn that on, it looks like Cyclops.
Oh,
It's just a really bright, blinding light from the forehead.
Right. But I mean, that is a very nice, clean spot for a LED light bar. So I'll cut to the footage right now of this compared to stock at night, and we'll see how it performs. Although I'm not going to know how it performs till after this, so I can't really shoot my outro until we check. But I know. I'm sure this is going to help forward vision. However, my biggest complaint with the Rmax and the way these headlights are is you have like no light that shines off to the side. So even if this is a nice big improvement, I still plan on grabbing a couple brackets. I have little LED pods that I've had for probably, what, 2 years now, that I've been meaning to put on this guy. That way we can aim them to the side. But anyway, let's see how well this adds additional lighting to our Rmax at night. Alright guys, so here's a little light test before the install. There's the low beams, of course no lights. We've got the low beams and we've got the high beams. You can't quite make out the solar kiln out there. So again, low, high, stock headlights without the center hood scoop light. Alright guys, so here we go with the new little hood scoop light bar installed. Again, here's low beams and here is high beams. Guys, that is impressive. We couldn't make out the solar kiln out there, which is that triangle building right there, at all before with the stock high beams. And now look at that. We need to go on in the field there and see how far this projects. Alright, so here we are on a road. Let's see if we can project our high beams now with that little light bar down to the woods. Wow, you can see the camper down there. Now, I know I don't have it before with the factory headlights with the high beams, but I can tell you guys they did not reach this far. I mean, just the proof from the shot there behind the garage. I mean, for $100 and looking so clean and factory installed and not being a giant, you know, light bar just hanging out in the front to get hit with stuff. I mean, that blends in. It looks great when it's off, and it definitely is a big improvement when it's on. So I would say that that is definitely worth the cost. And it just looks so clean in there. So yep, color me impressed, guys. If you're on the fence as to whether or not that little light bar would make a big enough improvement to warrant the cost, I would say it does. And look how it shines my face. So guys, I hope this video is a help to you. I hope that you guys are able to finally get your orders in and get one of these if you've been trying for a while. I will leave a link in my description below to the Amazon, because again, I think the ones that are on them other websites are knockoffs and might not be as bright as the one on Amazon from what I've heard. And hopefully you guys can keep an eye on it then if it's unavailable and be able to get your orders in and get one coming your way. So thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on riding, even in the dark with better lighting.